Welcome dear student for HSC online lecture initiative taken by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. I am Ms. Ragini Singh, Assistant Lecturer of Biology, and today we are continuing with our chapter Biodiversity, Conservation and Environmental Issues, and today's subtopic is Environmental Issues. Let's do a quick revision that what we studied in the last module. Observe this picture carefully and just try to recollect which process or which phenomenon is this. Second picture and third one. The very first picture indicates eutrophication. The second picture indicates biomagnification and the third indicates eco-sand toilet. All these are the effects that has been contributing towards the environment, and the eco-sand toilet is one of the preventive measures. So let's deal with the today's module, solid waste management. Now when you talk about the solid waste management, the solid waste is something that goes to the trash. It includes waste from the home, offices, stores, schools, hospitals. Waste are collected and disposed by the municipality. Municipal solid waste generally consists of the paper, food, plastic, glass, metals, rubber, leather, textile, etc. And when you talk about the waste management, in today's time you can see that the waste has to be segregated into wet waste and dry waste. The green color indicates for the wet waste and blue color indicates for the dry waste. Sanitary landfills. This is the sanitary landfills where the pit is been dug far from the residential area and all the collective garbages is thrown into this. Of course, it has a drawback also that there is a lot of ground problem, water problem issues. Second thing, lot of foul odor as well as the mosquitoes, flies comes and aggregate over here. All waste can be categorized into three types. Which are they? They are biodegradable waste. This is the biodegradable waste. Recyclable waste. This is the recyclable waste where you can again reuse and recycle it. Third one is non-biodegradable, which is very harmful to the environment. This is the non-biodegradable, that is thermocol. That's why in today's time, especially in the schools and every time whenever there is a project, we say not to use the thermocol. And now the Ganpati festival is coming, the decoration should be avoided with respect to this thermocol, because thermocols do not get decomposed easily and it is not being degraded into the soil. There was one project in which the few group of the students have actually reused this thermocol by converting it into the paint. So that was a very basic design for the project. This Kabadi person, that is the one of the very main person involved in this waste management. The Maharashtra government in a notification on 23rd June 2018 banned the use of plastic to fight pollution caused due to extensive use of plastic. This was a very good initiative taken by them, but still there were rather I can say there were many publics who were actually against of this, and whenever they used to go for purchasing vegetables, fruits or anything, they used to always demand for the plastic. This mission Plastic Free Maharashtra is a very important thing that has been come into picture, but again the people has to be very disciplined. They have to throw the things into the dustbin, use paper bags or cloth bags, and they should be aware that plastic is causing a lot of harm to the environment. You have to ban the plastic. In addition to that, this thermocols and everything should also be banned. Hospitals generates harmful waste that contains disinfectants, harmful chemicals and also pathogenic organisms. If you go to the hospitals now, you will find that there are different color codes for throwing the different garbages. That is yellow, you can say red bags, blue bags and the black box. All these things have been separated or segregated with respect to a particular, so that all the waste can be separately thrown and can be reused, reutilized or been subjected to the proper remedy. this is one of the very important thing, that is the e-waste. Irreparable computers and electronic goods as well as the electrical waste are known as e-waste. So this e-waste, you cannot actually, many of the parts is not been recyclable, you cannot reuse, and it is straight away going to the environment, causing lot of radiation that is coming from these electronic gadgets and impacting the environment, and the environment has been impacted from this e-waste via radiations. So to fix this problem is a big issue in front of the government also. Major parts of e-waste generated by developed countries are exported to developing countries like China, India and Pakistan. During recycling process of this waste, metals like copper, iron, nickel and gold are recovered. Developed countries have facilities for recycling of e-waste. In developing countries, that is countries like India and etc., manual participation is involved. So workers are even exposed to the toxic substance impacting their health. Greenhouse effect and global warming. What is greenhouse effect? It is responsible for heating of the earth's surface and atmosphere. Without greenhouse effect, the average temperature of the earth would have been minus 18 degrees Celsius rather than average of 15 degrees Celsius. It means there will be increase in the 3-degree rise in the temperature. Of the solar radiation that reaches the earth, clouds and gases reflects about 1/4 and absorb some of it. But half of the total incoming radiation reach the earth's surface and heat it. Small portion of it is reflected back. Earth's surface re-emits the heat in the form of infrared radiations. Part of this radiation do not escape into the space because atmospheric gases, carbon dioxide, methane absorb a major portion. See, what is this greenhouse gas and global warming is that whenever the heat is been there coming to the earth, it has to be reflected back. If it is been entrapped by the earth surface, the temperature will increase. So that's the reason plants has to be planted many more times so that it can absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, thus balancing this greenhouse gases. But in the today's time, this carbon dioxide and methane has been trapped into the earth's atmosphere, and that's why the global warming is taking place. See, this is the global warming impacting image. You can see the sun radiation is coming, it has been absorbed and few of them is reflecting back. Natural greenhouse effect and human enhanced greenhouse effect. You can see the differences. When it comes to the natural greenhouse effect, more heat escapes into the space, and when it comes to the human, less heat is been escaping into the space. Global warming. Increase in the atmospheric concentration of greenhouse gases has resulted in the heating of the earth or rise in temperature. During past century, the temperature of the earth has increased by 0.6 degrees Celsius, most of it during the last 3 decades. We always know that there is an environmental concern about the global warming, where we are continuously making the posters, creating awareness, but still things are not been in our control. Still the temperature has been increasing. We as a youth generation is been responsible for controlling all this, otherwise our future generation is going to be impacted. Global warming can be controlled by reducing use of fossil fuel, improving efficiency of energy usage, reducing deforestation, planting trees, that is reforestation or you can say forestation, and checking of human population growth. All these things are actually required. A simple image where it has been clearly seen how you can reduce the global warming. Plant a tree, recycle, change a light bulb, that is from that yellow bulb you have to switch to CFL. Use less hot water and use the switches off when it is not required. Stop global warming. Awareness has to be created, and as a responsible citizen we are also supposed to stop all the things that has been contributing towards the global warming. Now he is one of the very, you can say, a gem of the India. His name is Chewang Norful. It's an Iceman of India. He has actually built the 13 artificial glaciers, and he is an Indian civil engineer from Ladakh. If you know, the Ladakh is such a place where there is not of that much development and people are facing lot of problem, but people like Chewang Norfel is actually working towards the society, and as a responsible engineer, and rather I can say responsible citizen, he has made this artificial glaciers which has actually solved many problems of their people. They can use the water now with respect to the agriculture and even for their day-to-day activities also. The how did he developed all these things and how he has actually made all those things, that can be clearly understood with the help of this short video.
They contain 40% of the world's fresh water. The tallest mountains on Earth, the Himalayas. The world's most precious resources is disappearing, one drop at a time. The climate is changing and life is falling out of balance. According to the United Nations, a staggering 4 billion people around the world could be affected by lack of water in the future.
When the water tower dries out and 2 billion people don't have water to drink anymore, then there's going to be serious problems.
Leh sits at a soaring 3,500 meters. The windswept area is all too familiar with the hazards that come with the Himalayan meltdown. Leh village receives only 3 inches of rain per year, and farmers are completely dependent on the glacial meltwater. But with the low altitude glaciers now gone, it is not until early summer before water flows from the higher altitudes, too late for the local farmers. Norpel witnessed firsthand the suffering of his community. He was determined to help the farmers of Leh. His solution was bold and innovative: to manipulate nature by building artificial glaciers. Norpel builds large basins about the size of a football field. In late autumn, he diverts meltwater that comes from the high altitude glaciers into the basins. By late winter, Norpel's creative engineering has replaced what nature can no longer provide. In spring, Norpel's man-made glaciers begin to thaw, releasing precious water to the farmers below. Each glacier provides enough water to irrigate 200 hectares of crops.
It gives me great satisfaction that my hard work is turning out to be fruitful. I want the villagers to be capable of creating their glaciers on their own.
I hope this was very clearly understood to you all, that how wonderfully and how beautifully he has created that artificial glacier and helped the society. El Nino effect, it's basically a climate change, or you can say a climatic effect. And if you look at its meaning, El Nino means it's a little boy or Christ child in Spanish. It was recognized by fishermen in the coast of South America in 1600 with the appearance of unusually warm water in the Pacific Ocean. The name was chosen based on the time of year around December, during which this warm waters events tended to occur. Now what happens in the El Nino effect? The cycle begins when warm water in the western tropical Pacific Ocean shifts eastward along the equator towards the coast of America. Normally this warm water pools near Indonesian Philippines. Whereas what is La Nina? It's a climatic pattern that describes the cooling of surface ocean waters along the tropical west coast of South America. So this is an important term, that is El Nino and La Nina effect. I hope till now things were clear to you all. Now let's test your brain. Give any 2 examples of greenhouse gases. You can take your time, write down the answer, pause the video, again play. Carbon dioxide and methane. What is global warming? Increase in the Earth's temperature is called global warming. Name the sources of e-waste. Computers, electronic gadgets are all the sources of the e-waste. Take down your assignment, enlist the preventive measures of solid waste management and how methane is contributing towards the greenhouse gas. I hope this module was helpful to you all. Thank you for listening to this module. We'll again come back with the next module of this same chapter. Thank you.